Hello, wrestling fans. My name is Bigboysnacksjonnytv, aka Wakanda Snatchman, because I got plenty to go around. As you can tell by the title of the video and the thumbnail, this is my WWE Smackdown review and highlights the Rise's Crown new tag team champions. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content that I do on the channel, where I give you guys the full breakdown of my review and after my review. Follow my social media down below in the description, and go check out my AEW Dynamite review and highlights. And that's all I gotta say. So without further ado, let's get started. Now WWE Smackdown was a decent C plus show, and I give that show a 5 out of 10. WWE Smackdown was live from Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, Tennessee. Commentary tonight were Wade Barrett and Joe Testor. Results by Roy Nita of WrestlingReview.com. WWE SmackDown kicks off within a real view of Nashville, Tennessee. Inside the Bridgestone Arena, we see the tag team champions, the Street Profits, entering the arena. The camera cuts to Jelly Roll walking backstage, hugging Randy Orton. Live in the arena, LA Knight music hits, and out he comes to a loud ovation from the crowd. LA Knight gets in the ring. He says predictions and spoilers, two things that came out of not Logan Paul, but Paul Heyman's mouth often. He says Heyman feels like he hold all of the power, all he hold all of that power, in a way he does. Servan's a desperate de, desperate man, desperate man who is a little washed. He had to go make the desperate move and join Paul Heyman. And together they got his goon troops of Slope House, Bronson Reed and the dog brain and idiot Braun Breaker. Alright. He says they tried to injure him and hurt him, and they tried to do it on Seth Rollins' order because he should order orders. I'm sorry, order because he he couldn't do it himself, and in 24 hours it's him against Seth Rollins at Saturday night's main event, and even dropping Seth Rollins on his head on Monday was not enough. He tells Seth Rollins he wants his dignity, justice, and he wants to hurt him, and he will hurt him. He tells Seth Rollins he shouldn't be scared to get his you know what kick, and his you know what will be kicked. That's not a spoiler. That's a fact of life. Uh, we hear we hear Paul Heyman's voice, and now he comes with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Paul Heyman says that as as Seth Rollins' personal uncle, he is blessed with many gifts and life. Besides being alta outlanded good look as an oracle, he can't see into the future for Seth Rollins himself, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, and their future is the future of the entire industry. He sees LA Knight future, and it is absolutely nothing because LA Knight has no future at all. Solo music hits, and now he comes with Jason Potato and Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. Solo Sokoa says something's changed and something stayed the same. Solo tells Paul Heyman that when Paul Heyman left to Raw and his family, everything changed. There is no more bloodline, no more tribal chief, no more wise men. They began to approach Paul Heyman as he slowly backs away. The fans chant OTC. Solo Sikoa suggests to Paul Heyman that he leaves the building right now before he and his MFT puts him through the table like he did last year. Paul Heyman waves at them and leaves through the crowd. And look at LA Knight, the fans chant yeah, and Solo tells him no. And Solo tells LA Knight that he is the new United States champion, and that means that the man that beat LA Knight at WrestleMania, the one that everyone is afraid of, the Samoan werewolf, he beat Jacob Fatu. The fans chant Jacob Fatu. Solo Sikoa tells LA Knight that he will give him the same opportunity as he gave Paul Heyman. to leave and not come back, or he will make sure that his MFT makes sure that he doesn't walk again. LA Knight says, "All right," but the fans chant his name. LA Knight says the fans won't let him leave, and if they want him to leave, to make him leave. And all four men get on the ring apron, but out comes Jimmy Uso, who slides a steel chair in the ring. Jimmy Uso hits Jason Potato with a super kick, and he gets in the ring. Jimmy Uso and LA Knight are in the ring with both men holding steel chairs. Tala Tonga is about to get in the ring, but Sosako tells him to get down. Tala Tonga gets down, and out comes Nicholas. He makes a match for later tonight. Sosako and Jason Mateo against Jimmy Uso and LA Knight. We cut backstage to see Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. She asks Charlotte Flair to be at ringside for her match tonight, but Charlotte Flair tells her they are not friends. Alexa Bliss tells her she knows that but everyone out tonight will have their tag team partner out if she wants to make a statement to be out there. Charlotte Flair tells her she will be there. Alright, a fun but predictable opening segment. A tag team match was always going to be the outcome. Sosaka was great out there, and as was LA Knight. As for Jimmy Uso, I'm just not feeling the Big Jim tagline. Okay, hashtag SmackDown. So we go to commercial break. We see Roxanne Perez, Soruka, and Kairi Sane already in the ring, and out comes Alexa Bliss with Charlotte Flair for her match. So we get Alexa Bliss versus Roxanne Perez versus Soruka versus Kairi Sane. So we get Alexa Bliss, that's one, Roxanne Perez 2, Soruka 3, and Kairi Sane 4. So we get a Fatal 4-Way match, and this Fatal 4-Way match, this was a good Fatal 4-Way match. This was good. The bell rings were underway. So Rugo drops Alexa Bliss face first onto the mat. She goes for the cover, but Kairi Sane breaks it up. Kairi Sane with a kick onto Soruka, and she throws Soruka into the outside of the ring. Kairi Sane to the ropes, but Roxanne Perez with right hands, both women to their feet, and Soruka with a top rope drop kick onto both women, and they fall to the outside. Commercial break. Back from commercial, Soruka and Alexa Bliss powerbomb Roxanne Perez, who suplexes Kairi Sane off the top rope. Alexa Bliss and Soruka are back to their feet, and Alexa Bliss with right hands. Alexa Bliss goes for the cover, but Soruka kicks out. She goes for a DDT, but Roxanne Perez super kicks Alexa Bliss. Roxanne Perez with a springboard moonsault. She goes for the cover, but Soruka breaks it up. Soruka with a running knee onto Roxanne Perez. She goes for the cover, but Roxanne Perez kicks out. Soruka with a body slam, and she gets on the top rope, but Kairi Sane trips her up. Soruka gets her in a trio woe, and Kairi Sane with a double stomp. She goes for the cover, but both Alexa Bliss and Roxanne Perez breaks it up. Alexa Bliss and Roxanne Perez throw Kairi Sane to the outside. Alexa Bliss goes for her sister Abigail. Roxanne Perez gets out of it, but in comes Soruka with a double soul snatcher, which I love, by the way. She goes for the cover on Roxanne Perez, but Raquel Rodriguez pulls Roxanne Perez legs on the puts Roxanne's legs on the ropes. Zaria is at ringside. She approaches Raquel Rodriguez, but Raquel Rodriguez slams her on the announcer table. Raquel Rodriguez with a big boot onto Asuka. Charlotte Flair throws Raquel Rodriguez over the announcer table. And in the ring, Kairi Sane with a right hand onto Soruka. Kairi Sane climbs the top rope and goes for the insane elbow, but Alexa Bliss gets her boots up. Alexa Bliss with a sister Abigail DDT. She goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match, Alexa Bliss. This was a good Fatal 4-Way match. A short but good Fatal 4-Way match. Alexa Bliss always looked to be to be the favorite to win. Still a good match going into Evolution. Hashtag SmackDown. So we go to commercial break. All right, so we get the next match: WWE World Tag Team Champions. WWE World Tag Team Championship match: the Street Profits versus the Wyatt. Now, this was a good tag team match. I ain't even gonna lie. This was a good tag team match, but the outcome I didn't see it coming. I take a sip of my water. But this was a good tag team match. The bell rings were underway. Dawkins and Joe Gacy start the match. Dawkins with a wrist lock takedown, but Joe Gacy with an elbow to the face. Joe Gacy goes for a splash onto Dawkins, but Dawkins moves out of the way. Dawkins tells Montez Ford Dawkins tags Montez Ford into the ring as Dexter Lewis drags Joe Gacy to the outside of the ring. So we go to commercial break. Bathroom commercial. Montez Ford with a sunset flip powerbomb off the top rope onto Dexter Loomis. Dawkins is tagged in as is Joe Gacy. Dawkins with a clothesline followed by a spinning back elbow. Dawkins with a kick to the side of the head. In comes Dexter Loomis, but Dawkins throws him to the outside. Dawkins throws Joe Gacy to the outside, and Dawkins with a senton over the top rope onto both men. Dawkins throws Joe Gacy back into the ring and he climbs the top rope. Dawkins with a swanton and he goes for the cover, but Joe Gacy kicks out. Dawkins grabs Joe Gacy, but Joe Gacy with a clothesline. Dexter Loomis is tagged in and they double team Dawkins. Dexter Loomis goes for the cover, but Dawkins kicks out. Dexter Loomis slams Dawkins into the turnbuckles and he throws him to the outside of the ring. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial break, the Street Profits double team Dexter Loomis. Montez Ford goes for the cover, but Dexter Loomis kicks out. Montez Ford goes for a backdrop. Dexter Loomis lands on his feet. Joe Gacy is tagged in, and Dexter Loomis with a spine buster. Joe Gacy power bombs Dexter Loomis onto Montez Ford. Joe Gacy goes for the cover, but Dawkins breaks it up. Joe Gacy grabs Montez Ford, but Montez Ford with a kick to the side of the head. Dawkins is tagged again. Dawkins gets Joe Gacy up on his shoulders and Montez Ford on the top rope and lands a back blockbuster. Dawkins goes for the cover, but Joe Gacy kicks out. Dexter Loomis is tagged in as Montez Ford runs towards Joe Gacy, but Joe Gacy throws Montez Ford to the outside of the ring. Dawkins throws Joe Gacy to the outside. In comes Dexter Lewis, but Dawkins with a spine buster. Montez Ford is tagging and he lands a frog splash onto Dexter Loomis. In comes Joe Gacy, but that distracts the referee. Eric Rowan drags Montez Ford to the outside. Dawkins runs into Eric Rowan, who falls into the timekeeper's area. Montez Ford climbs the top rope and he goes for a frog splash. Dexter Loomis moves out of the way. Joe Gacy is tagged in, and they double team Montez Ford with their powerbomb. Joe Gacy goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match and your new World Tag Team Champions, the Wyatt Six. I did not expect the Street Profits to drop the World Tag Team Champions to the Wyatt Six. But man, this was a good match, but the outcome really caught me by surprise. So I believe that the Street Profits going to request a rematch. So it is what it is. But I did not expect WWE to make the Street Profits drop the World Tag Team Champions to the Wyatt Six. But it is what it is. This was a good match, so congrats to the Wyatt Six. We cut backstage to see the Fraxium, the Motor City Machine Guns, Johnny Gargano and Ciampa watching the match and watching the match, and they get angry. Johnny Gargano tells them that they need to come together because now their worst case scenario just happened. Tommaso Ciampa tells them that they should have listened to them. In comes Ray Phoenix and Andrade, who tells them that they are now part of the SmackDown Tag Team division. They all argue. Um, at ringside, we see Michael Chandler, Daniel Connor, and Laura Senko from from the UF from the UFC. I might be in them momentarily, but I am not a fan of the Riot Six and even less of them winning the World Tag Team Championships. The Street Profits deserve better. just was not a fan of this. Hashtag SmackDown, which is I agree. The Street Profits deserve way better. But let me take a sip of my water. All right, so we go to commercial break. We're back from commercial break, and Jelly Roll is performing his song Liar, and he gets in the ring while singing. As he is singing, we hear yo, 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 yo. It's Logan Paul. He cuts Jelly Roll off, and the fans booed as Logan Paul, but Logan Paul says everyone is there to see real WWE superstars. Logan Paul tells him they are not there to listen to music of people who have tattoo of their children but do not have custody of them. Logan Paul says the ring and venue is scared. Jelly Roll belongs on a stage, not a WWE ring. Logan Paul gets in the ring and he says he is disgusted of influencers, YouTubers, artists getting into your industry our success on a platform that we have built. He says clout chaser just like Jelly Roll discuss him. The fans boo and Logan Paul, the WWE, but not need a Jelly Roll. The WWE needs a Logan Paul. He says that he set a but release the bar for what it means to be a professional wrestler. He says that he belongs here and this company loves him so much that his podcast just linked a long-term deal with the WWE. Jelly Roll cuts him off. He tells Logan Paul that this is his hometown. And just to be clear, no one there gives a you know what about Logan Paul's podcast. Both men are face to face arguing, and out comes Randy Orton, yelling, "Outsider, you are freaking kidding me." Randy Orton says that Jelly Roll is one of the biggest names in the music industry, and if anyone is an outsider, it's a Logan Paul. Randy Orton says to show some respect, he calls Logan Paul an entitled, whiny little you know what. Everyone back there move heaven and earth to make sure that Logan Paul decides to, but he turns around and Drew McIntyre hits him with a claymore. In comes security and Drew McIntyre leaves the ring. Logan Paul begins hitting Randy Orton with right hands in the ring. In the corner. Jelly Roll looks confused, but he grabs Logan Paul from behind and he slams Logan Paul onto the mat. Logan Paul rolls to the outside of the ring and he helps Randy Orton up as the fans chant Jelly Roll. Logan Paul gets on the ring apron, but security runs back down to grab him, and out comes Nick Aldis with more WWE officials. The fans chant Logan Paul sucks, and Logan Paul begins destroying Jelly Roll's guitar and the brands and rants that. Alright, Logan Paul was hilariously great out there, saying that he hates to see influencing YouTubers like Jelly Roll gets in the ring was amazing. He is easily one of the best natural heels in all of WWE. Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre making camels, uh, camels to what's that? Cami, camels to what's good. Hashtag SmackDown. All right, so we go to commercial break. All right, back from commercial break. Randy Orton thanks Jelly Roll for having his back, and Jelly Roll thanks him for having his back. Jelly Roll tells Randy Orton that he's thinking of being there tomorrow for Saturday night's main event, and Randy Orton says it would be honored to have him in his corner. Both men shake hands and hug as we cut to the ring. All right, so we get R-Truth is in the ring, and out comes Aleister Black for the match. Alright, so we get Aleister Black versus R-Truth. This was a quick match. Yeah, this was a quick match. The bell rings, we are underway. Aleister Black goes for a big boot. R-Truth ducks and he lands a kick to the face. R-Truth goes for a suplex. Aleister Black lands on his feet and he trips R-Truth up. Punches and kicks by Aleister Black in the corner. R-Truth throws the ropes, but R-Truth with a spinning crossbody. R-Truth to the ropes, but Aleister Black with, and he throws R-Truth to the outside. Aleister Black goes for a moonsault to the outside. He throws he R-Truth moves out of the way. Aleister Black lands on his feet, and R-Truth throws him into the ring post. R-Truth throws Aleister Black into the ring, and he grabs his to a chair. R-Truth gets in the ring, but Aleister Black stands on the chair, and he hits R-Truth with a knee to the face. Aleister Black grabs the steel chair as the referee tells him to throw the chair away. The referee grabs the chair away from Aleister Black as R-Truth rolls him up. The referee turns around and R-Truth gets a pin. The winner of the match, R-Truth. That was an upset win by R-Truth. But anyway, let me take a sip of my water. All right. He walks straight to the back as Aleister Black walks after him. So we go to commercial break. We cut backstage, and Damian Priest stops Aleister Black, who is walking after R-Truth. He tells Aleister Black he gets it, but to let it go. Aleister Black tells him he is right, and they shake hands. Aleister Black turns back around, and he hits Damian Priest with a knee to the face and into a metal post and in the arena. Aleister Black tells him, "Now I can let it go." In comes the officials to break it up. In the ring, Wade Barrett is with the women's champion Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus. Tiffany Stratton says she's already beat Charlotte Flair, Nia Jax, and Bayley, and why would she not want to face one of the greatest of all time? Trish Stratus, she took the match because if she beats her, maybe she will be a considered one of the goats. Um, that match itself between Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratus is gonna be just like Gunther and Goldberg's match. That's all I gotta say. But Tiffany Stratus is going to retain that evolution. Watch I tell you. Trish Stratus says she feels a lot of pressure, but Tiffany Stratus should be feeling the pressure. Tiffany Stratus needs to be her in order to be considered one of the greatest of all time. Something she already is. And when she wins at Evolution, she will leave with the title, and Tiffany Stratton will leave with nothing. On Sunday, she will do what she did for 25 years straight, deliver satisfaction. So Trish Stratus is looking for her eight time champion. So that's all I gotta say. But Tiffany Stratton says things are different now, and she knows about this accomplishments. She watches her VHS tapes. Trish Stratus says that is cute and asks her if she learned about VHS tapes on TikTok. She says she loves Tiffany and she loves what she is doing, but on Sunday she will become a 8 time champion, which is that ain't gonna happen because Tiffany Stratton is gonna retain that evolution. Watch I tell you. But WWE, please don't put the title on Trish Stratus. And I love Trish Stratus, but Trish Stratus does not even need a title. That's all I gotta say. But Tiffany Stratton is gonna retain. All right. It says Naomi Music hits, and now she comes with the money in the brave briefcase. She raised it, but out comes Jay Cargill, who attacked her from behind, and out comes the WWE officials to break it up. Now that money to bring briefcase that Naomi has with the caution looks amazing. Naomi's heel run, Naomi's heel run in WWE has been awesome, and that's all I gotta say. All right, so we go to commercial break. So we get the main event of the evening. So we get Jimmy Uso and LA Knight versus Solo Sikoa and Jason Mateto. And this match right here, this was not a bad main event match. This was a solid main event match. The bell rings run underway. Solo and LA Knight start the match. Tama Tonga distracts LA Knight and Solo with a right hand. He throws LA Knight to the ropes, but LA Knight with a swinging neck breaker. LA Knight stomps on Solo in the corner, and Jimmy Uso is tagging LA Knight with a running knee to the face, and Jimmy Uso with a running hip attack. He goes for the cover, but Solo kicks out. Jimmy Uso grabs Solo, but Solo with a right hand. He gets Jimmy in the corner, and JC Potato is tagged in. JC Potato with a spear in the corner. He runs towards Jimmy Uso, but Jimmy Uso with a super kick, followed by a Samoan drop. He goes for the cover, but JC Potato kicks out. He grabs JC Potato, but JC Potato with a right hand. A forearm to the face by Jason Potato, and Sosa is tagged in. Sosa drags Jimmy Uso to the outside. And he hits Samoa drop on him on the announcer table. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial break, Jimmy Uso with a kick to the side of the head of Jason Potato, and both men are down. LA Knight is tagged in, and he lands a right hand onto Jason Potato, followed by a flying forearm, a jumping neck breaker by LA Knight, and he goes for a BTL, but Jason Potato pushes him away. LA Knight knocks Solo off the ring apron. Jason Potato rolls LA Knight up for the cover, but LA Knight kicks out. Jason Potato for a Samoa drop, but LA Knight lands on his feet, and he lands a neckbreaker. LA Knight climbed the second rope, tagged Jimmy Uso in, tagged Jimmy Uso, leap onto the third landing, and an elbow drop. Jimmy Uso with a Uso splash. He goes for the cover, but Soul Score breaks it up. Soul Squad knocks LA Knight off. Soul Squad knocks LA Knight off the ring apron, and Soul Squad is tagging. Soul Squad with a spinning solo. He goes for the cover, but LA Knight breaks it up. In comes JC Potato, who grabs LA Knight, but LA Knight throws him to the outside. LA Knight with a baseball slide. LA Knight turns, and he sees Paul Heyman on the cell phone, and in the timekeeper's era. That distracts LA Knight, and he turns around, but Tala Tonga hitting him with a big boot in the ring. Jimmy Uso rolls Soul Squad up and gets the pin. The winner of the match, Jimmy Uso and LA Knight. This was a solid main event match. What it was, Jimmy Uso jumped the barricade as Tala Tama Tonga, and Jason Potato chase him. Soul Squad is in the ring, and he is yelling at Paul Heyman. LA Knight gets in the ring, and he lands a BLT onto Soul Sokoa. LA Knight LA Knight gets on the ring apron, and Braun Breaker is in the ring behind him. LA Knight turns around, and Braun Breaker with a spear. And comes Bronson Reed, who lands a tsunami. Okay, it says outcomes of the officials, but Paul Heyman calms them down. Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed leaves the ring as SmackDown goes off the air. It says not a bad main event. Nice to see Jimmy Uso get the win. He needs them. Interesting to see what they will do with Sosa and his crew, potentially against Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins' crew. Sosa was blaming Heyman for their loss. All right. It says great that SmackDown is back to 2 hours, which is I agree with that. It makes it a lot easier to watch, and everything is to the point. A fun show, and WWE Smackdown goes off the air. All right, listen. Let me get my honest opinion what I think about WWE Smackdown. Alright. Now WWE SmackDown was a decent C plus show, and I give that show a 5 out of 10. If you guys enjoyed my WWE SmackDown review on highlights, make sure you guys please watch the video from all from the beginning all the way to the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content where I give you guys the full breakdown of my review and not time for my review. Follow my social media down below in the description, and go check out my AEW Dynamite review on highlights. And I will see you guys tomorrow for my AEW All In Texas review on highlights. And I will see you guys this Sunday for my WWE Evolution review on highlights. Have a great night. Stay safe, stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. I'm sorry, I messed it up. If you guys enjoy my WWE Smackdown review on highlights, make sure you guys please watch the video from all the way from the beginning all the way towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content I do on the channel where I give you guys a full breakdown of my review and not to have my review. Follow my social media down below in the description. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for my AEW All In and Texas review highlights. And I will see you guys this Sunday for my WWE Evolution review highlights. Have a great night, stay safe, and always stay positive. Kept you cool, kept you kings, kept you club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang.